We're not playing Pokemon anymore. We're playing basketball. Basketball. It's a much better game. It requires physical skills. Physical skills, not just mental, but physical. Magneton. Hello. We're here with basketball. Basketball Battler. Where I'm playing Fortress. It's a team I built long ago that I think it's damn solid, and I'm running at a game because it's comfortable to me, and I value that. And I really, beyond anything else, I think it's cool. I can't help but think that this fella's gonna try to get the Metacham back on the scene, but I really do have to wonder, like, what are my options in that event? What do I do about it? You know, I could go for a Wish. Wish is pretty safe, isn't it? Oh, it's Snorlax. That makes so much sense alongside Magneton due to the synergy of it. The synergy of the whole thing. I happen to not have a Quake on this Furry. Makes me poor in the Magneton matchup. At the same time, I think if I get one layer, I'm very pleased. Plus, I've seen your Magneton, you might be wary to go there because of the possible Earthquake. That I'm threatening. I don't have it, but you don't know that. I don't have it, but you don't know that. Slam, Earthquake. Lower chance of Punch then. Punch is my big concern because it would punch my Tyrannisif. That would be a problem, but... Okay, Salamence is in. I believe that you're suggesting Fire Blast. You're suggesting Fire Blast. That's your assertion here. It was DD Mega. The entire time it was DD. Alright, well. My defensive Swampert will do the trick then. I would say. I did respect Fire Blast, but respecting Fire Blast didn't lose me much. It covered the reality where that's the case. Sometimes they run mixed mints on these teams, sometimes. You never know. This might be the sample team. Can't recall the sample team right now. That's okay. We don't have to look up the sample team to check. We'll just... I live in the present moment. The present moment is a beautiful place to be. Okay. That's an unfortunate toxic miss, actually. I think I go Bliss and I just T-Bolt, or I go Zap. And I Roar. Yeah, Ice Beam's possible. But, I have special defense, I can take it. You're always a little frightened that a freeze is gonna come down in those scenarios, aren't you? So this fella's got a clear potential game plan, right? Of getting rid of my Swampert so that Salamence can sweep. The problem, though, for my opponent is the fact that Blissey operates as a Salamence check as well. So if this meta explodes on my Swampert, I think I'm still okay. How necessary is it to save my Zapdos? Because the Zapdos cannot quite stomach another Suicune scenario. We might be wanting to deal with Suicune alternatively. Zapdos is not going to take another Ice Beam lightly and roll it away once more. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. At the moment, different bridge, different day. Different bridge, different day. I think making sand will be good for me when the time comes. I'm going to surf because a protect is suggested, and I don't want to just let you explode right out of the gate, do I? Suicune. Okay, I think I Toxic. And then Blissey can wall this. We do want to keep Blissey healthy. We do, but... This fella can't fit Talk. It's Surf Rest, or it's... Oh, what? Server's restarting. Server just restarted. I was waiting for the server to restart. It did, and now that they're doing it again? What are you talking about? Alright, we'll finish this battle, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't take too long or anything. This is a beautiful moment where I can chip heal up Zapdos too, by the way. What's going on the show? Any lobby info? Lobby info? You know, just the riffraff of the people. You know, what else is to be expected? Just some a spot of nonsense. Okay. I'm tempted to T-bot. I think that they might do a Medi double. I also think I can stomach whatever they do. And I think a T-bot will two-shot from here. From memory, I'm not sure though. We'll double check, won't we? 34 to 40. Yeah. I think a T-bot is just fine, and many switch-outs have poor outcomes. You're actually speedier than me. That's a timid mag, is it? Interesting. I'm absolutely intrigued by that. I must admit it. If I get rid of mag, my Furry is much better. How important is that? Furry sort of all Snorlax? That's good. We don't have a Roma. So Zap basically dies if I take another T-bot. You know what? Zap doesn't need health to defeat a sleeping Suicune. So I need it for raw, but I don't need it to be healthy. So I'm going to T-bot there. I'm vindicated. I think that's absolutely outstanding trade for Jim. Entire Snorlax that was, I think it was as healthy as ever. I think it had a long life ahead. All for this rather superfluous Magneton trap that you've already spent your whole Snorlax to bring me low. Is there fruit to bear on that or something like that? So here you could greed and go Zap, Chip Heal at once, go Bliss. There's merit to that, maybe. There's some merit to the madness. I think I'll go Arrow and I just... By the way, Adamant Arrow. Important to remember that. I think I just want to lock in with the Arrow to prevent the Medi entry. Because going Blissey, easy Medi. Going Zap, easy Medi. Even Swampert is an easy Medi. Also, the Zap and the Swampert are slower than the Mag and take a hit. Yes, the Meta can come in, but I can just go to the Swampert. The final concern I have is the Medi. It's my final concern in this position. It's my last real hurrah. I'm gonna throw out a Protect and see if it works. Maybe they're desperate for an Explode. And I didn't do it last time. No, it didn't happen, but that's okay. I can go Zap and just attack. Going Zap also lets me check if I'm faster. I am faster. So we can T-bolt here for free. Well, not for free. Everything has there's no such thing as a free lunch or something. But the T-bolt is fairly safe. As the Zap cannot get me. No, I'm the Zap. The Suicune cannot get me. Is what I really meant to say there. The Explode came down, and I'm all the wiser for it. I'm all the wiser. Okay, I think making sand sounds okay. Like Tyranitar, it's sort of useless in every scenario here, but making sand pressures everything. It does cut my Zapdos leftover healing, but how important is that really? I'm gonna go to my guy, and I'm gonna go to... You probably go Blissey and T-Bolt, I think. We could crunch repeatedly. Let's see. Let's see how to play this and so as not to throw. It might be a more offensive variant of Fella, but... Yeah, so the Carmine will come down. I live a Surf. I also live a +1 Surf. So we could crunch this fella down to the point of needing to rethink things. I also think that my doing another 17 or so will put Suicune in range of Zapdos Thunderbolt. Oh, the crit is actually kind of relevant. What the hell? That's a little unfortunate. That's a fairly relevant crit. Yeah, that's a tough one, because I think that little bit of chip was pretty important there. Yeah. I mean, how much is Aero doing? We're adamant. Double edge 35. I think we're still okay. We just do the Thunderbolt. I don't know if I misplayed this or not. I also possibly live an Ice Beam post Sand. Maybe this was why making Sand was a mistake, but also keep in mind the Suicune is not chip healing here, which is probably better for me. But, like, I might die to Ice Beam plus Sand if it does 55. So that's tough for someone like me. We live handily. We live handily. So I get to keep my share of things. I get to keep my slice of the pie. My arrow will probably just lock into double edge, I imagine. 44. I think I click raw. Right? Guy's faster anyway. I'd rather avoid a dance than anything. Okay, I now believe I can lock into double edge and it'll KO everything. Yeah, 61 minimum against this. I do believe double edge is the move. Unless I want to lock into slide to beat the -1. No, I don't think I will. No, I don't think I will. I hope I don't lose this. I think I am okay. I KO the... Yeah, okay. I think that just sealed it, because the only thing that could have beaten me was in Tim, and these two die, so GG. I think Medi dies. Does Medi die? I mean, surely. Adamant double edge? Yeah, yeah. I'm adamant here. There's no reversal possibility. There's no endurance. I have this one. This is a victory. This is a victory. For basketball. Basketball. We like basketball, I think. The fellow was 1,067. Why have you put us together? 3 points? It's not a bad player at all. I thought this was a, well, evenly matched opponent here. Running normal team. For all of that for 3? Why did you even put me against someone so low rated? That's crazy. I guess no one else was on. It was server resetting or something that can mess with it. What's such? It's always annoying when that happens, because if you lose like 40 points. So it's tough. It's tough. Okay, what's occurring with the? Does Pokemon Showdown exist? I think I can't queue up. It won't let me, probably. Can I queue, or will it kick me out? The server is restarting. Well, screw you, buddy. You just restarted moments ago. You just restarted. Okay, see you later, I guess. See you in the future. I'll pause the recording here. We're back, folks. They did it. They reset the server. I can game again. And guess what? Basketball is spreading across the entire globe. We've got a basketball mirror match. I've scarcely seen a basketball game where there are 2 basketballs involved. That would be a bit chaotic, I would think, but here we are, regardless. I can't help but hope and pray that my opponent does not have a Gungwei on the squad, because it'll make it difficult to rapid spin all these layers that this basketball is going to create. I, of course, have Pursuit Tyranitar. I'm going to go for a Adamant Aerodactyl Rock Slide and flinch the basketball. That sounds good. Oh, I'll do it again, actually. Oh, I'll do it again. I repent for what I've done. I repent. I'm sorry. I repent for this. Wait, you don't have a rock resistance? I'm clearly locked in. Oh dear, you don't have a rock resistance? Don't you have a rock resistance? No rock resist? Alright, if no rock resist, I think it's all your fault. Yeah, there's no rock resist, dude. I have the humble Swampert. I have a simple... If in basketball terms, this is kind of like the center, you know? Like he's sort of the foundation of everything. The team orbits around the Swampert as a wonderful middle point. I don't think that the guy has a rock resist, so I'm going to keep going Aerodactyl and clicking Rock Slide until the kingdom come. So I feel a bit vindicated for my flinches. I think I had a great matchup no matter what here. Okay, there's a Snorlax. I'm just going to go to... Okay, I might forego layers to just explode right off the bat here, because this Snorlax represents a problem. And I don't believe I need layers if the enemy is so terrible into a simple Rock Slide that I, you know, appear to dominate the competition. I'm going to go for HP Fly. It's more accurate. And I feel the Karmic Justice is coming for me, and I may miss a Rock Slide. And missing a Rock Slide on this turn would be a pure devastation. We don't want that. And we also still KO the Furry, and if the Arrow wants to come in, they may have realized we're Adamant Arrow and they're faster if they're astute. If you're an astute gamer, you might have realized that. I think we still do 36, I hope. Let's see. Oh, crap. I should have checked that. That's alright. I hope it's alright. I hope it's alright. Moltres. Well, Zap is going to be good against this. I mean, neither of us have layers. Thunderbolt looks like it hits both revealed enemies, and I have HP Grass. If you happen to have like a, I don't know, a ground type of some description, I'm not sure who. What in tarnation is going on here? Because I'm not even speed. I'm literally 0 speed Zapdos. You use 0 speed Moltres. That's just, it's just absolutely absurd. I'm absolutely fine here. This is a. The team has no... The team doesn't have a rock resistance. It's plainly obvious. It's plainly obvious to anybody. It's plainly obvious to anyone. I'm going to go Zapdos, because going Zapdos, I believe, is a foolproof plan. Or should I go... I'll go Zapdos. I'm going to go to Zapdos, because I value Zapdos as a commodity. And I do believe that I just sack, and I'll be fine, because I have Surf, which is completely foolproof. Unless the Molt can, like, rest? It could be rest Molt. I don't know, like, what you're capable of, you know? So I'm actually going to preserve this, because if it's resting, I can go swamp it and surf it while it's sleeping. I might as well go here. And if the only thing that could beat me here is rest. The only thing. So I might as well keep something that beats rest, right? If they rest, I go swamp it and surf a couple times, and we're going to be okay. There's no rest to speak of. GG. I'll type GG in the chat. I'll do that. I'll do that for the... Do that. I'm capable of that. That's one of the tenets of basketball is sportsmanship. You know? You don't want to be mean-spirited to your opponent. You want to give him a handshake and say good game. And say, wahoo. Some would say, what? In a basketball sort of scenario. The humble Skarmory lead is an intriguing... I find myself in an intriguing position where I could simply Rock Slide for not only a big neutral damage, but a flinch chance. And many Skarmorys just layer on turn 1. They simply layer, because to Toxic is so risky if there's a Magneton. But the concept of possibly getting defeated on my Aerodactyl is too frightening of a concept to really bring that into reality. So I don't want to do that. I don't want that on my conscience. I'm up against an agent of the Matrix who appears to be trying to infect my mind with text. I won't listen. I know that the Matrix is not real. I know it's not real. You cannot infect my mind. You cannot get me. You cannot get me. Peck? Does that suggest no toxic? Does that suggest that Aerodactyl wins? It could be... We gotta respect these days. We must respect Peck toxic as a real thing that is not fake. And I've used that set I've used it myself to much triumph. So there's things that can be done here. There's things to be done. I think I go Zap. And we T-Bolt and we... I have a layer, you have a layer, and we handshake and we say that this is okay for now. We shake hands together and we say, you know what? Speak with me. Speak with me. Show me who you are. There's a Claydol, which I did anticipate because I don't think there doesn't seem to be a Gengar. And if there's no Gengar, often it means there's Claydol instead. I will HP Grass. Or Psychic. Well, Speedier or Claydol. Speedier. Jolly Claydol. Well, of course there's an Explode threat, but I think if you Explode, I'm happy about that. To be completely honest, I think that if you Explode, I'm gonna... Because your Spinner is gone, and I have Forretress against your Skarm, and I don't believe you have a Ghost type. So if you Explode, I think that it's a gambit I'm willing to take. You didn't want to take it, and out you go to Regice, who can come in with little trouble. And Regice, honestly, is a little bit of an awkward matchup. Wouldn't you know it? I could go Tyranitar and pretend to have a rock move. That could be the play. I could also go to Blissey and then go to Swampert. My logic being that maybe they have Superpower or Explosion, which Swampert could stomach more than Blissey. I will go to Blissey first. Hail! Okay, they're cooking something. I don't know what, but they are cooking something. Something's in the oven. Something is in the oven. Am I even concerned about you exploding? I'm wondering, because I don't know what sort of team would have Skarm, Claydol, Regice, and, like, special threats that I have to worry about. Worst case scenario, I do have Tyrannosif Pursuit, who is pretty bulky, can handle a special threat hero there. We also have Rest Zap. I'm going to Wish. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did that. Well, Metagross Explosion is a potential issue, because if I lose Swampert, the rest of the cookie may crumble. I'll go to Swampert anyway. And, alright, so is this type of fella gonna explode in instantaneous, or not? Sort of a difficult player to put my finger on, right? The Hail Regice Gamer. Would they explode instant? We'll see. Or would they do the 1-2 punch? You know, the Earthquake first, the Explode second. They do neither. They exit to Suicune, and they don't try to risk it all for little. My intrigue is peaked. My day is made. Okay, Skarm is returned again to the fray. And I welcome Skarm back into the fray. I say hello. I'm going to click Roar if I may. Well, now things became locked. I'll just T-Bolt now. If you have Toxic, you can click it. I don't think you have Toxic. I think you got Roar last. Claydol back in. This fella might be impatient and go for the Explode. It's a little tough to now that I know that there's a Suicune. Now they're just going to keep switching around in an odd sequence. Hail, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Explode. Hail, Ice Beam, T-Wave, Explode. Hail is seriously tough real estate, because you're losing one very important option. I don't know which, but for your sake, it better be Thunderbolt that you cut. But for general scenarios, I think cutting Thunderbolt is madness. Ice Beam is 100% on the set. I think Explosion is likely. If no T-Wave, then I think my basketball is okay. I don't... Oh, my goodness. That's... I don't love... I don't love that. I don't love that, especially because I believe I made a good move. I believe I did make a smart play. That's regrettable. Maybe I can sit here quite well. Hail. I can like wish the guy up, I guess. I can wish. It does have Thunderbolt, so it has no Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is the cut option. Unless it's... Yeah, you've exploded. Could have played around it. Could have played around it. It's a touch rough, isn't it? At least the Skarm can't hit Arrow, and Arrow seems to be good. Let's just try and focus on how to win here. I don't want to tilt too much, because my Zap seems well poised, my Arrow seems well poised. I'm gonna go to Tar. Oh, that's perfect, isn't it? They had a Gungwei the whole time. That's actually unexpected. That's actually a little bit unexpected. Okay. I'm gonna click Crunch. Is that crazy? Should I click Pursuit? Crunch hits everything, is the thing. So, yeah, I'm glad I did. We preserved Tar a bit more. Suicune's probably coming. We can see what kind of Suicune you are. Regice down means that Zap is significantly more threatening, and I think that Swampert can easily handle this Metagross and is not needed for much else. Dare I select Toxic on the Suicune coming in? It might not be a necessary risk. Going Zap is pretty fine against Suicune and it hits everything else. I think there's no reason to risk all that. I could try basketball Resurgence, but it's unlikely to happen. Unfortunately, it means that there's a possibility this fella makes 3 layers, which I would not love, but not sure what is to be done about that. You know, really. I could going Tar here makes some sense to me. Yeah, that's fine. The Roar's fine. I'll T-Bolt. And there's a case to be made to HP Grass here. I could also Roar. Roar sort of covers if they stay a bit better, because there's 2 out of 3 bad outcomes for enemy. I'll HP Grass the Claydol though. Now they could explode. We'll go Furry. Try to cover that. Worst case, we sort of just sit for a second with the Furry. What if I just try to wake Furry, because like it's likely they're making 3 layers anyway? Actually, we got to spend. Huge moment for me. Huge moment. I think we will make layers. I think we layer up. And I can HP Bug to KO this, which is also large for me. That's large for me. The layers are gone, but my basketball came back. Basketball. I'll just go Zap. Why explode? Why risk? Why take risk? Why take a risk? I think I have answers for all. I have answers for all. Rock Slide means no explode. You bluffer. You never had it. You never had it all along. I went for the Toxic there, perhaps foolishly. But perhaps I'm smart, actually. I think I literally layer first instead of spinning. I'm gonna layer first. We want to apply pressure to the 2. We want to apply pressure to the 2. If you have Ice Beam, I'm not even too concerned. Who's speedier? Me. Me speedier. That's based on Sandstorm order. I think I could click Roar if I want. Yeah, I think that's smart to do so. Get rid of the boosts. You're now a sleeping Suicune with no boosts to help you, making you terrible next to enter. And I'm going to surf, and then if you go anywhere, I think that there's devastation in your wake. I'm sorry. There's devastation at every turn. Rock Slide. It's an offensive click. It's offensive. No, it's okay. That's Torrent range right there. That's Torrent range. Is a high roll Earthquake possible to KO? I don't know, but I'll protect anyway. Skarmory's back in. And it's interesting what do I want to do here. Maybe I'll stay for a moment and smell the roses. This is Chip Heal. I can just go to Zap is the thing I'm thinking. Is that I can just go to Zap. In many scenarios. I think Zap is about to win the battle. I believe that Zap is going to kill everything. I think I've done it. I think I've done it. I think it's that simple. I think we're doing 32. I think 32 is tenable. I think 32 is achievable. And I think that Metagross is deceased. I think that Skarm is deceased as well. That's just my belief system. GG. GG. I type it. It's sportsmanship. That's the tenets of basketball. Everybody remember the tenets of basketball. It's a Tyranitar Sif lead, which I don't want to stay against. I don't. Not really. Not really. Although I kind of do sometimes. Ponder the risk reward of this, because if it's any physical tar, I'm devastated, as they just kill me. If it's a mixed or special tar, they don't kill me, and having arrow in is better. So if I go to Swampert, I beat the physical tar very easily. Then I force it back out. If I go to Swampert and they are a mixed tar, all of a sudden we are in a slight crisis. We're in a slight crisis. But not really. I think my Zap is the switch in, and we just hope they don't have Rock Maneuver. I think you probably got to go to Swampert. And I'm going to go ahead and calc that Tyranitar Sif damage, because we got to check if it's... It's imperative, I think, to check if it is mixed or not. It could be... Okay, it seems to be like Jolly Attacker. Could be mixed with Rock Slide. Is that possible? No, it's not possible. I'm going to go for a Surf, I think, or a Toxic. Or a double Teferi is the other option. I like chip healing the Swampert while it's here, so I suppose Toxic is higher reward, but we might want to conceal that. I'll go for the Surf. I'm going with this. Milotic. So neither option would have been that outstanding either way. You know? I'm going to go to Furry on the Toxic and make a layer. And I will then go to Blissey. We can sort of do some wish loops here. I think a T-Bolt here is tenable. Looks to be a greedy team of some sort with Milo. I'll go Furry. HP Bug. This is where HP Bug is such a great one, because it helps you significantly against the Claydol. They might go for Peck 1v1 if they have it. They have it. But that means my Arrow and Zap sort of beat the Skarm, which is, this is delightful news. It's really tremendous news, truly. I'll go Tyranno. I will Flamethrower. I'll go Zap. I will go Tar on Claydol. No. No, I got toxic. Oh dear. I can't believe that, actually. Damn. That's dreadful. That's dreadful, because that's going to be permanent. I can't clean that. That's kind of... I feel like that's not even a good move against my Zap. That is rest. I guess they don't know that, but if I got toxic on the Zap, that's what you were risking your life for. And you're not aware that that would have been fruitless. Because I can heal that. Alright, I think I gotta do the beam here. Huge. It's unprecedented. That's a huge crit. I'm repenting. I'm repenting. I'm repenting. Could they have punch? No. I really thought a punch was coming down, actually. DD tar then? Save this as a sack. The Toxic at least buys me a turn. Well, now that the Claydol's in HP grass range, it sort of goes to the moon, doesn't it? We could, I think we go here and we actually layer. Is that crazy? I want to layer. I don't need to spin, I don't think. Plus, we have the sack, spike sack here. I will go zap, and now I'm threatening all. Is there a Blissey? There's likely a Blissey. There is. See, that's a concern. But I am rest zap with pressure prospects, you know? Maybe I'm being stupid. I could have spun. Spinning was possible. Now Fortress is in a bad way. Because of what I've done here. I have a layer, though. That they can't take that away from me. And the Claydol is low. The Claydol is low. I've shown Wish. Which here doesn't matter. I can T-Bolt. I now have this in. Which is cool. I roar the Blissey. Do a lot of different things, really. There's a lot I can do that many wouldn't be aware of. There's a lot I can accomplish that you wouldn't really understand, many of you. Okay, if the Milo Toxics my guy, it can enable a Claydol spin. So that's a possible concern I have in my life. It's a possible life concern. Could maybe confuse this guy to a point where something happens, but no, nothing happens. Claydol's in. Maybe they don't know I have HP Grass on the set. They do know. Yeah, I did that because often these sets run Toxic here, not HP Grass. Or sometimes Torque. I don't think I'm playing very well. I don't think I'm playing great. I went for the raw Doug. Oh yeah. It's a Doug. Reckon they go for the slide? I think I want to get rid of this if I can. It might eliminate my Blissey. $77 to 91. What's the actual chance to KO this then? Their Rock Slide is not great against me because I am HP inverse. That does a lot. I got a 31% to KO, but we KO after the spike every time. Yeah, they're honestly probably not even running Rock Slide. They're probably running some flex slot like Sunny Day. These teams are the most often the ones that drop Rock Slide. These ones, the Milo Claydols of the world. I could sack Tar here to get Basketball in and do a spin. I think I'm still living Seismic Toss after 2 spikes. I think so. We could also wish Saktar heal Basketball up. Then spin. That's doable. Maybe. I'll go Swamp it. Yeah, I thought maybe Toxic, but it didn't happen. I thought this Swampert is looking amazing. The only thing it sort of sucks against is the Milo. So also it sucks against simple Seismic Toss, doesn't it? I'm gonna throw out an Ice Beam. Maybe I catch something. Maybe they try to get Claydol in, poised for an Explode or something, or they try to get dug in. Damn it. I've been paralyzed. I think I have to heal now, don't I? I could also go for the same Ice Beam, but it's dubious, because then I'm in an awkward spot after. I could try to start breaking with my Aero. Now that I look at it, I actually have Rock Slide spam beyond... with little counterplay. I might want to get to the point where Tar is dead to a Rock Slide, which actually could be nearby, because Aero is adamant, remember. Aero's adamant, please remember. Does the fella have Punch the whole time? Suppose we'll find out. I think I'll see them focus. If they have... I think I'll see them focus. I don't think they didn't click Focus Punch there, at least. They didn't click it there. Aero threatens KO with Earthquake, which I might go for, just to force it out without losing any health from... And they might think I'm Jolly as well. Wait, what? Defense investment? Defense investment on the Tar. Alright, that killed me. Defense investment on the Tar won the game. I thought I just KO. That's so rough. A defense invested Tar. Defense invested Tyranitar. I've lost my whole Aero. It looked amazing. It looked like it was going to win everything. Goodness, I mean, how defense invested are you? Full defense? No, not full defense. A bit of defense. You got a bit of defense. You've got a little bit of defense. You've got a little bit of defense. I'll never know what the roll was. I don't know how much defense they have. I don't know. That's tough. For my psyche, it's not good. They got a bit of defense on Tyranno. So I suppose it's still winnable, because Zap is looking so great, right? Okay, Tar's dead at least, and spin can't happen. Oh wait, I'm paralyzed forever? No, I'm not. I have... Okay, will they explode? No. No, they won't. But I get to spin, I guess. I could have exploded here. I could have exploded here. Maybe that was the play. Instead of spinning. I could have gotten rid of Blissey. Would that have won? I don't know. It may have. It may have. I would have to play around one more Claydol. So maybe I can wish up my guy. This Blissey gets to heal. It's interesting, is it not? I can go... Oh, okay. I thought they would go to... Well, that's atrocious. That's atrocious. I can keep wishing Swamp It up, though. We can keep wishing it up. Suppose they can Dug Trap it, because there's a good chance I'm just inactive forever. Yeah, they can layer beyond... They can layer on layer. I might as well sit here and try to wake, I guess. I could also go Zap and just try to rest. Get back to fruition. I'll do that. Zap is going to be my most important fella, I feel, in the late game here. You reckon they'll do the explode? They'll just spin. Yeah, why wouldn't they just spin there? True. We got an HP grass through. That's not quite a KO though. This is a frustrating scenario where Doug kind of sweeps my entire. If it has Rock Slide. It may not have Rock Slide. Alright. I think I'm a sitter. I'm just gonna sit for a sec. We need a rest zap miracle here. Might as well stay. Okay, now they know I'm capable of the play. I wish I did the play before when Claydol was in range of death. I did it instead when it could live on 1. Which is a little tough. Maybe now they'll stay. They didn't. This is tough. The Claydol's on 14. Very close to death. A little risky taking an Ice Beam there, but I didn't love the idea of just resting and taking a hit as well. I will heal. I could wish, but I'll heal directly, I think. I'll heal more directly. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's sort of Zapdos vs. World plus Boom Threat. I don't think they've got... I don't think you have... Funny. Yeah, they never want to use Ice Beams now. They're worried about PP now. Which is interesting, isn't it? Damn it. We are at a standstill. We're at an unfortunate standstill. I've killed Claydol. I've killed Claydol. That's kind of large. Blissy's dead. Suppose it's literally Zapdos versus all now. Unless Swampert wakes up here. No, I can't go there because... Of course I cannot. Swampert versus Entire. It might be a Swampert victory, to be honest with you. Sorry. Sometimes I just say Pokemon that aren't even real. It's like a brain lag, because Swampert was in my mental stack a moment ago, so I just say Swampert again, even though I was talking about Zapdos. Zapdos is the one I'm talking about. Actually. Okay, Milo. Takes how much from my Thunderbolt? A crit would kill it. It's a 2-hit KO. So we can go for the T-Bolts there. This is intriguing. Maybe he goes Doug. Goes Bliss. Alright, we stole another Ice Beam. And now I'm me. Yeah, I don't know, because it might be a draw where they just infinitely switch, so that could be the reality we live in. A very unfortunate reality. Yeah, I no longer have pocket monsters, really. Huge moment for myself there. I can scarcely win if I'm clicking struggle. I think, yeah, you're playing correctly now because you've realized that you don't have to. You have to stop trying to hit me and all that, you know? If you hit me, I can rest. And you don't want me to rest. But if I'm parried, I can still turns, I guess. Yeah, but like sometimes I stall a turn. Oh no, you're parried. I shouldn't have clicked rest. That's a PP. I think you've realized the win condition. And I can do... Oh, no, I can rest. I can rest. But will I? Yeah, you don't have to waste your PP. You can just keep switching. And it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Or you can screech me. And then Peck can hit me while I'm sleeping. I think I lose. Let's forfeit that. I really suck at those kind of games now. I feel like I've lost the ability to play those matchups to some extent. Something's happened. Something's happened to me. I used to feel fairly comfortable in those kinds of matchups. Lately, I'm finding myself lost in those sorts of matchups. The very long Milo-Claydol Skarm games. Maybe that's why Metacham is cool. Metacham kind of defeats those pretty wonderfully. And go Zap on this. Because it can't really do any. I can sort of just sit against it. Oh, it's Swords Dance? Oh, crap. Okay. Sludge Bomb has done 54. Where else could I have gone? Maybe Furry. That's crazy. We one-shot this, but I don't know if it'll probably go meta. You'll probably go meta. Yeah. That was unexpected. Swords Dance Venusaur in this day and age? Whoa. Was unexpected. I think we want layers up and we want them up quickly. You reckon the fella has HP Fire Last? I'd be a little furious if it was specifically that. It wasn't. And it isn't. I'm gonna go Tar on this. This is why I have Quake for this fella. It's HP Grass. Do you reckon Blissey beats this? I don't love the idea of like trying to game this. The Zap is about to wake up. Psychic Fire Grass, is that the set? Possibly Thunder. Like a neutral Psychic, I feel, is possibly my worst nightmare here. Oh, huge. I've caught a Starmie on the way in. That's enormous. Didn't expect that. I think they might not have wanted to risk a low roll and losing Jirachi there. Jirachi's still valuable and all that. We've woken. Wait, I thought I was resting. I was literally just asleep, but you know, same play regardless, I think. No, that's unfortunate. Forgive me. Forgive me. That was tough. I maintain that Zap goes to bed though, and I think I'll HP bug you for a KO. I think I will. If Jirachi comes in, it must have Fire Punch. We might get Arrow in. Woo. I think maybe the throw in the last game was layering against the Milo. I thought that... No, it was I was building everything around my arrow, but my arrow died because I didn't expect Fizz Def investment on the tar. That's where it all went wrong. Which maybe you can blame me for that, but I don't blame myself, and I persist as I believe myself to be smart. So I just think that I'm great, and I don't want to overthink that one. I just didn't expect Fizz Def investment on the tar there. That's a Starmie. And I do have Blissey. I do have a simple Blissey. The noble Blissey. The intriguing Blissey. You guys ever build your house upon something and then the foundations fall off? They fall apart? And what you thought was solid rock was actually sand that disintegrates before your very eyes. Ever had that happen to you? It's a common problem I sometimes face. It's a problem I face on occasion. Oh, this fella didn't even dance. I win. 55 minutes of game. I didn't realize this video had gone so long. Goodness, I'm in the gaming weeds. I'm in the gaming weeds, they're telling me. They're telling me I got lost in the gaming weeds right there. Lost in the gaming weeds. Okay. What I've learnt is be a bit more try-hard about sussing out EVs on Pokemon. Because I see Tyranitar, I assume HP attack investment. Sometimes people run a bit of defense. They get custom with Tyranitars. It happens. I assumed an EV spread when I may have had the information to determine that it's defense invested. I should check for that sort of thing. And that could win me a game. There it lost me a game because I went for an earthquake that didn't work. That's what we learn from that scenario. I did win most battles there though, but the one I lost, I could have won. If I just knew a little bit more and I was checking more for information. This is Biscuit. This is Biscuit. Cinnamon. Looks good. I want it. I want to have it. It's a delightful treat. I like it. It's enjoyed with a cup of coffee or tea. I feel like it... Enjoyed with a cup of coffee or tea. I'm going to say United Kingdom. I'm going to say Germania. Speculus. Speculus we have. France. No, this is a Swiss delight. This is a Netherlands delight. It was Netherlands. They made a cinnamon biscuit with brown sugar. Well done to the Netherlands. We have here pickle delight. Salmon pie with buttercream milk eggs. Dill pickle. You guys seeing this? Fish pie with pickle and milk. I wonder if this is good. I'm not used to such a thing, but I might be good. This is... I feel as if it's like a Sweden. No? Cold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you? What's cold from... that this could be? I thought this is like a Europe moment. How far away could you be? You're in the... Northwestern? Where is this? Iceland. Pate or salmon? It's a Brazilian delight. No? It's an Argentinian snack. This is one of my favorite foods on the planet, and I know where it's from. I tell you where it's from. It's from Bryanstown. No, where is this from? This is from Antonius. This is from it's a benign sort of food. It's benign. I believe this to be from... This is from... I'm going to say Australia then, because... No. That's just opposite side of world. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Where are you? Spain. It was from Canada. You guys made... I actually would never have guessed this. I thought this was the most European thing I've ever seen. Pickles and fish pie? It's French-Canadian. Oh, you got to give me France on that one. Did I even guess France? I can't remember. I'm going to say that's a little bit yucky. I'm sorry to Canadians. Green cake. Green and brown and pink cake with a red kicker. This dish is a cake. It is a cake. Cake number 10,043. Which European country made this cake? France? Ice cold. Okay, maybe Australia made this as a marketing ploy in the 1990s. Spacoic? It's warm? Australia is warm? Who's the hell... What country is... It's not New Zealand. New Zealand's that away. It's over yonder. It's like... Is they Singaporean? Singapore's sort of close to us, but... No. Wait. This is fried in my mind. How could this possibly be warm Australia? Australia is far from Europe. You tell me it's not Europe, but it's also... I don't think it's... It's not Indonesia. Indonesia? It was Indonesia, dude. It was Indonesia. I guessed it based on the location, the locale, but I didn't think it really would. Okay, it comes from Dutch settlers. It comes from Dutch colonial. So, okay. As usual, some Europeans came in and said, you guys are eating cake now. Thanks Europe. I suppose it's... How bad could a cake be? Alright, we're gonna come in and we're gonna say that you're eating cake now in this country. That's what we're doing. Said the Dutch years ago. You guys are gonna eat cake now. And you're gonna like it. And now we do scramble because it's required of me. It's required. Hot dog versus chicken kebab meat in a roll. If hot dog wins, I think I'll be upset. I think I might actually quit instantly if hot dog wins. Okay. It didn't even stand a chance. That's an Australian chicken kebab, mate. I refuse to vote for a piece of bread with onions on it and a bit of sprinkles. I don't care if it comes with a pint. I refuse to vote for whatever the hell this is. You see this sometimes? Piece of bread with some onions on it. It's one of the most atrocious foods ever that I wasn't even aware existed until I played this game. What is bread with onion on it? Like, who makes that? Potato tornado. I do think that burgers on the left are a tad overrated, but I think maybe most overrated food in the world is potato tornado. What if chips were inconvenient? What if fries were really inconvenient and long on a stick? Imagine that. You are consumed by novelty. You need this food to be the same thing, but it's spinning around in a tornado. And it's in an inconvenient form, and that the novelty of that is more valuable than the food itself, which at the end of the day is just chip. It is just fried potato in a different form. The devil has taken control of you. I go for the burger. No. No, the potato tornado, it's not very good. It's not any good. 87% is unprecedented. Suppose it has some utility over a simple fries because you don't have to eat it with your hand, but come on now. You never have an awkward time trying to eat one of those potato tornadoes? It's like, how do you... afraid it's gonna fall or something? And like, how do I actually bite into this thing? Ham steak is so bad. What are they selling that for? Just a piece of ham from the fridge? That's what Tony Soprano eats before fainting to the ground? But Tony Soprano takes a bite and faints? Too much sodium? Sonoran hot dog is a green hot dog. It looks so bad. But which one is worse, man? Sonoran hot dog is green bread hot dog. Maybe the bread tastes fine. They made it green as a sick joke, but like... Nah. The piece of ham is gonna win it out. Piece of ham from the fridge is gonna win that one. Spider-Man just freaked me. Hey, dude. My goodness. Brazilian Spider-Man here just... frightened me. The first time a human face is staring at you in Scrandle. Fried banana. And is that even fried banana? That's Spider-Man with a lot of breadings? What is in that bag, Spider-Man? Where's the fried banana exactly? The rotisserie chicken looks pretty wonderful. I'm I wonder if the Spider-Man wins just because the sheer insanity of it. That people click. This is a work of art, this photo on the right. This is actually... I feel something here. I want to know this person's story. I want to know what the hell's going on here. How in the world is this fried banana for £1? That adds to the art. The framing of it, the titling of it. Fried banana, £1. Where is it? Where's the fried banana? I don't see it. Is it on the left? Is it pre... Are those banana slices not yet fried? When does the frying take place? What is that? On the... That just looks like a bunch of, like, tacos to me on the right there. I suppose on the left, from Spider-Man's perspective, but it's, of course, mirrored. This is unbelievable. It's the rotisserie chicken. It's 65% for fried banana Spider-Man is hysterical. I'll allow it because some people are probably clicking on that for the sheer comedic value. I mean, just the artistic value of what they're seeing. Macaroni cheese pie is dreadful. Leftmost meal here with chips, cabbage, and a bread roll, £10. With a Cooper's. Cooper's is not the greatest beer on the planet, but it's okay. I don't think these sausages look outstanding, but this is a this is a solid meal at the footy. I think this wins out against the... It was actually disgustingly close. Alright, need we discuss this one? Of course, sausage roll... Very plain looking sausage roll in a tragic styrofoam container as not holding a candle to the buffalo wings and fries, of course. We can move on. We can move forth with life. A very non-generous slice of chocolate cake. They gave you the thin piece. It is only 30 pence though. And the $2.80 sausage, which... I feel as if Germans in the audience are going to vote the sausage en masse. They love the sausage. It's not even from Germany, though. Maybe in that case they don't value it. It's a non-German sausage. I will give it to Germany. They got good sausages over there. I'll click on the chocolate cake. Yeah, the 94, I suppose, for the 30 cents. You can't really complain about that. These are some heavy hitters. That's a solid pizza. I can't complain about that pizza. Looks well cooked. Doesn't look like doesn't look cheap or anything. And it's $4.99 for that. That's a deal. That's a deal and a half. You can't even get like a large Domino's pizza for that amount. That looks better. Breakfast wrap, on the other hand, is more expensive. It does look good, but I think it's less food. I think it's a worse deal. If I'm being pure with myself, the pizza wins, but every single time pizza fails. See, I find this illogical. That's an incredible deal in the pizza. And I believe that Scrandle is a game where I'm right and you are wrong a lot of the time, folks. Like, I think if the results of Scrandle reflect humanity as a whole, we need to look inward and be better than this. Bacon and cheese fries with a cheese steak for £6. And there's also a sandwich. I believe the sandwich is not related. Or is that the cheese steak with breading? No, that's the cheese steak. I can see cheese atop the steak. And it's got like a steak sandwich. This might be the best deal in Scrandle history. £6 for the entire bacon and cheese fries and a cheese steak sandwich. The double cheeseburger on the end, almost doubled the price for less content. Doesn't even necessarily look better. That's going to be a win for 92 percentile. 92 percentile. Well, there we are, folks. 100% Scrandle is yet again eluding me. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Maybe I'm okay with that. Maybe the exercise of Scrandle itself is the good part, rather than the result. Goodbye, everybody.